Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Salt Spring Island. We just had get the new WR250R here today. It's a small little bike. It's perfect for small little trails and a whole bunch of goofy stuff. MT21 on the back. It's about half worn. Great tire, great sideways lateral traction, and the IRC TR8 on the front. But today we're all about the SDS shock therapy suspension. I listed all the work on the suspension on the front there. Maybe you can see the red spring back there. Brand new spring revalve, the shock and springs, everything matches up, matches with my weight, and I had a lowered 1 inch. So it's a beautiful day. I'm going to test out the suspension, see how it performs, and see if I notice a whole lot of difference. I generally find when you really do a good job with tuning the suspension, it just makes problems go away, so it doesn't necessarily bring a lot of interesting things forward. It just makes a whole bunch of goofy stuff disappear, and you kind of like that. Though it's a sunny day, we've had a cool wind, so I'm just going to plug in, and here we are. If you're wondering where we are, this is Salt Spring Island. I'll get it to face up north, get a better view, and get back to where we are. So this is Fulford Harbor. Come on, get away. Came up from the ferry here. That's where Fulford Harbor is, and just drove just around this corner up to here. And if we take this road all the way through here, that's Musgrave Point. You can see that. We'll probably do that today. And get a couple nice hills I want to drive on later as well. Hopefully I'm not going to get stuck behind a big truck. This looks like the water truck delivering something. So first order of business, get past this guy when it's safe to do so. We had a big windstorm the other day, so as you can see, lots of trees have come down. A gentleman here through some trees. Thank you. And now we can go off. The road has had some maintenance since the last time I was here. I can see some of the things have been drug out a little bit, but we'll see how things are up here. We got a couple switchbacks to go through, and so far the suspension is quite a bit firmer, which is to be expected. This is pretty benign, nice easy stuff. We did get snow the other day. Haven't seen any looking at the island, Salt Spring Island, from a distance, but on Vancouver Island we can easily see some higher elevation hills that are all covered in snow. So we might see some today in the shade. First little switchback, we're going to get around. It's nice and dry here, so traction's not a problem. This is a fairly well-traveled area. There's some beautiful homes on the other end of this road on the end to Musgrave Point. So people are often, we'll see them driving around here, and some pretty nice little SUVs. I mean, if you're going to live and die on gravel roads every day, I don't know if you want to spend too much money, but you know, get a nice Jeep or something like that. And then, try to keep it clean. The best thing about this time of year is no dust. Because of a lot of traffic that does come here, especially in the summertime, these roads can get very, very dusty. This work has been done. It looks like it might have been actually washed out. Looks like fairly new stone back there. They say there's no maintenance on this road, but that's not necessarily true. That's where the quads went up, just past that area. And again, I see a lot of fresh white stone here. Like some people have been doing some work. And the WR does a pretty good job of making easy work out of all this. Oh, trespassing. That's off-road. This road's public. There's a couple areas here. Obviously, people own private property, and they don't want you ripping around in, but there's so many trails that you can have access to. Another tree down. There's actually no reason at all to go pick off anybody. And get some good views. Certainly on the way down, there's some beautiful views. Most of them over my right shoulder. suspension is very compliant. No drama. It's a dirt bike firm where it was kind of wallowy before. That's the best way to describe it. But I can feel the wheels are staying, especially the rear wheel. It's bouncing around a lot. I've got nice travel, but it's also staying firmly in contact with the ground. Just lovely. Kind of what you want, right? A tire on the ground. Couple nice little potholes. Rode right over top of those and get a nice little view. Kind of careful in here. A little bit of washing. Gotta love those MT21s on the back. Not a particularly nice tire for the pavement, but as soon as it gets a little snotty around in here, they just took up so nice. And it has such large knobs on the side. If you ever watch Fort 9 Ryan, you'll see about the best ADV tires or dual purpose tires. I talk about this in the 606, Dunlop 606. 606 is very popular with the riders around here, but this will grab whenever you go sideways. So the lateral traction is excellent, and so you get very good lateral traction. It'll dig out of ruts really well, and what I like the most of it, it'll save my ass if I get too sideways. It'll just grab in really nicely. Not that Dunlop 606 isn't too bad, but this, when it gets sideways, the sub bike goes sideways, this hooks up, as Fort 9 Ryan would say, better by a country mile than the 606. I kind of like that, because I still make boo-boos now and then. The bike also seems quieter with the suspension. In other words, not rattling around quite as much. It just seems tighter. The whole bike, I guess, is a good way of putting it. It's just tighter and quieter. I'm not getting as much chatter as I would have normally done from the OEM suspension. I weigh about 250 pounds without a lot of gear, put it that way, put it on this way. So with gear too, oh, we have snow. Traces of snow in the shade. Yeah, probably see some more of that. As we get a little bit higher. No fires. Yeah, I don't think we have to worry about fires today, though. I'm sure a lot of people up here in their cabins have fires on today just to stay warm. And it's a beautiful day to be in the woods. Some of my buddies were out in the Souk Hills yesterday and on Sunday. Today's Monday, I think April 11th. But they got snowed out a couple of places. They just couldn't go anywhere. Beautiful little lake up here. That's the pond. And up here is where they take a little bit of a turn. Let's sit down for a minute. I'm going to go to a nice viewpoint. Assuming I can get up there and it's not too covered in snow. The rocks are, if they're slippery and snowy, even with these tires, can be kind of ugly. Here's our little turnoff. Already we're seeing more snow. Sitting down, suspension, again, very compliant. It's got a nice, comfortable feeling in the first bounce. I had a lowered 1 inch as well, so for my weight, we ended up going up a couple levels of the Racetrek suspension. If you ever go to racetech.com, you can do the calculations for your spring rates. And because I had it lowered 1 inch, I also went up a little higher on the spring rates, just so you get a little more grab earlier. Bounce around. Perfect. Well, that's private driveway. They don't go that way. This is often when you find the transmission, or sorry, the suspension is really not good. It's when you're sitting down, especially if you're a little bigger guy like me. You'll find it kind of really start wallowing out. When you're standing up, of course, you're putting more weight on the front end. So right now, overloading the rear. I don't believe there's not much preload on our rear shock here. I installed it, it was pretty low. The only sort of downside to even having a great guy like Ellis tuning your rear shock is that it's hard to do the preload. You know, you got to get the wrenches out. It's not like you got a lovely little knob. I also changed the gearing a little bit. This came, as they do, stock with a 13-tooth front sprocket, and with a stock suspension especially. I found it was pretty easy to catch the bottom of the swing arm with the chain as it wore out, you know, because you'd bottom out the suspension a little more. Didn't get anything too serious, so just kind of marked it up. And I went, okay, so let's do that. And then following everyone's recommendation, go to 14 on the 14 tooth on the front, and I want to say 50 on the rear, but I'll have to look that up. Nice little climbing here again. Suspension very compliant. A little slippery, but not too bad. Nice to feel the rear tire. A little less crap. It is nicely planted and digging in. No issues or concerns there. More snow and a little more slop. Got one more big kind of nasty hill in the corner to get over. Could be a little sketchy when it's wet. Happy to be on that little WR today. This is not a tiger day. And the wind's picked up here quite a bit, and that's where we're getting the snow down from the trees. A little bit into the snow line. The hang glider guys can come up here with their four-wheel drives quite a bit. They just go slow. You know, don't need a ton of extra clearance. You just need good tires, because you don't want to be sliding around, right? There's the first tower, and then we got one more good hill after that, and we'll see how the snow is. This is going to be problematic or not. Here's the start of that hill. I've got two corners. This one shortly you can see, and then one more to the left about halfway up. And if we're in the sunshine, we'll be good. If we're in a lot of snow, it'll be a little more sporting. Oh, looks like we got a clean shot. Excellent. I wanted to get up here and get a view, take some pictures. The view up here is spectacular on a sunny day like today. You just got to come up here and check it all out and see where we are. So far, easy ride. Suspension has been excellent. Well done, Ellis. I'm going to get out, take some pictures. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. This looks so cool up here. I thought I'd better take a picture of it. It just looks so great up here and pretty. I thought I better take a picture of me driving through here just to give you an idea what it looks like on top of the hill. And as you can see, the North Shore Mountains, that is Vancouver over there to the left. And down there is the harbor from which we just came. And this is a launch, so it's pretty much a cliff. And I'm just going to park the bike here, take some still pictures, take a moment, enjoy the view, which of course is spectacular, as you can see. And if we get time, we'll head over to those rocks. There's another hill over there, and we can hopefully be able to get to see that as well. But this is our home on the west coast of Canada. That over there is Mount Baker, looking very majestic. Mount St. Helens, I believe, is there. I don't know if I can quite make it out. And then Mount Hood is further down there. It's part of the Ring of Fire. These are all the North Shore Mountains of Canada, and it goes way up there as far as you can see. If you go straight ahead here, you can almost see the ski hills. See the resolution of the camera, those tracks. So those are the ski hills on West Vancouver, North Vancouver. I haven't been up there for many, many years. And over there, that's Richmond, and that is the Tsawwassen ferry terminal. If you're taking the ferries, you might be able to see one little ferry over there. They come from around the corner over here, past where we are. You can almost see a ferry there. I think that's Seaspan doing the freight. There's a ferry right over there, and then it's going to go through Active Pass. So right in front of us is Active Pass. You kind of go through, there's a break in the islands. You get through that, and then it's just clear sailing to Vancouver. So, a little windy today, however, again, I had a dead gorgeous day today to be out here on a motorbike. If you're going to test a motorbike, you got to do it on a beautiful day. I'll go for a little walk, straight around. Depending on the wind, the hang gliders can launch from there, not land down there, but launch from there. We've been here on days when they're launching. And that is Vancouver Island.
Mobile phone disconnected.
And you can see Vancouver Island. I believe that's Brentwood Bay, or just north of Brentwood Bay. And where I live, Vancouver Island is right on top of that hill. The other side of that hill and down across the water. That's Vancouver Island. So this is Old Salt Spring. And you can see there's more snow in the Sooke Hills. So that's all Sooke Hills back there. Amazing country to go ride dual sports and adventure bikes. So that's it for now.